Hello, my name is Lex, and welcome back to my channel. Now, I don't normally do these videos where I talk about the TikTok sphere. However, there was a video that I saw earlier, and when I record this, it is August 7th, and I saw this video earlier today on the vegan teacher. And if you're not sure who that is, she is a teacher from Montreal, Canada, who went famous for her questionable approaches at veganism, and possibly for her Eating Animals is Wrong song.
3, 2, 1, sing! Eating animals is wrong, McDonald's. Hurting animals is wrong, McDonald's. Share this song and change your entire menu to be vegan from now on.
But she's most well known for her very poorly executed attempts at activism and trying to convert people, for lack of better wording, to veganism. So, dear viewer, you may be wondering, Lex, what exactly is the issue with this woman singing in front of McDonald's with her ukulele? Well, dear viewer, the person in the videos playing the ukulele has, on multiple occasions, compared the eating of animals, such as cows and chickens, to the events that transpired during World War II to the Jewish people. Now, as somebody who loves history, and you can take a look at my channel, I have numerous history videos, I find this incredibly disgusting behavior. This is not acceptable. I am only 20 years old, and I feel that I know better than a woman who is presumably twice my age. Eating animals, whether it be a cow or a chicken or heck a rabbit, if you're going out hunting, is not equivalent and will never be equivalent to the deaths of well over 6 million individuals during one of the worst wars humanity has ever seen. I legitimately cannot fathom how any sane person on the planet could conflate eating animals to one of the worst examples of human mistreatment in the history of mankind. It's beyond my imagination. I legitimately do not understand how anyone could think like this. Like, is common sense just not common anymore? Where did it go? Did it fly out the window? I legitimately cannot believe that anybody would think like this. Now, in the case of the vegan teacher, I am starting to believe, based on how absurd her comparisons and takes are, I'm starting to believe that she is not really somebody who cares about animals or veganism. I'm starting to believe that she is in fact a troll who is trying to get a reaction out of people. Because there is no way someone like this is serious, right? I can't be the only one who thinks that. Now, I know that there has been extremist cases when it comes to activism involving nature. For example, the Just Stop Oil people, who for some reason think it's a good idea to throw soup at paintings of the Last Supper, and can someone please explain to me what Jesus has to do with climate change, because I must have missed something at the Catholic school that I went to on how the two relate somehow. And then there's PETA and other vegan activists who go into supermarkets and spill milk everywhere, because that's apparently helpful to your cause by being a public nuisance, by making people want to throw you out of the store for being disruptive or out of the museum. I cannot, for the life of me, understand why these activists, and I say that very loosely, feel the need to call the people who disagree with them names and demonize them. Just because someone disagrees with the way you are trying to get your message across does not mean that they hate your guts. The vegan teacher has also compared Speciesism, which is not a real thing, I don't know where that term came from, tries to compare that to real discrimination that has happened in history, tries to compare animal rights to civil rights, which is insulting because they are not the same thing. Another thing that the vegan teacher has done that is incredibly creepy is she went after a YouTuber's 4-month-old baby boy.
Don't you talk about my boy.
Hey, Isaac. Listen, I don't know if you realize, but that baby monitor that you have beside your baby's crib? Well, Atticus has figured out how to make phone calls with that. Yeah, and he and I have been having a few chats. He's pretty smart. And do you know why he's smart? Because at the age of 4 months, he is vegan. He hasn't been polluted with the corpses of innocent animals who didn't want to die. He's not part of the Holocaust. He's a good kid. He's a really good kid, and he's super cute too. And he told me that I should keep coming after you. He wants to remain vegan. He doesn't want his palate raped by his father who shoves corpses down his body. He's perfectly happy with his mother's milk. That's vegan. So mama, keep feeding your baby that beautiful milk that you have, and do not start to feed your child corpses. Okay? All right.
Now, the vegan teacher, from what I read from her description, she is apparently a mother and a grandmother. Now, what really frosted my cookies, for lack of better wording, about this video is how dare she refer to a child like this. How dare you use the words rape and virginity when talking about a baby? It takes a lot to get me mad, but going after children, especially with such vile, disgusting language, that is predatory behavior. And I have never raised my voice in any of these kinds of videos, but as soon as this woman went after a child with such disgusting terminology, I cannot believe this. How dare she compare eating steak to rape, to the end of life and suffering of millions of people. And I have no words. I cannot express how livid I am and how disgusted I am with this woman's actions. I am 20 years old, turning 21 in April, and I know better than a woman who is old enough to be my mother. Truly, it boggles my mind. Not only does this woman go after babies and compare horrible events in human history to eating chicken, she also makes fun of people's religion, and she also has used very, very bad racial slurs in her most viewed video with footage that I do not feel comfortable showing on my channel. I'm sorry for losing my temper, but this is something about activists that I personally cannot stand. They demonize and attack the person and their family rather than their argument. Instead of debating anyone that she has an issue with, the vegan teacher and many activists like her will demonize people that they deem to be the enemy. In order for people to get along with your message, to possibly want to support your message, you have a civil discussion with somebody over your point and answer their questions in a respectful manner. In my 2-decade-long existence on this blue pearl called Earth, it has never once mattered to me what somebody looked like, who they fell in love with, what their religious beliefs were. Nothing like that. None of that ever mattered to me. All that has ever mattered to me about somebody is that they were respectful and kind. And in this case, the vegan teacher and many other activists like her have proven that they are not interested in civil discussion. They only care about shutting down and demonizing those who do not agree with them and force their message on others. True harmony, so to speak, will never exist like this. The only way for that to exist is if we can sit down and have discussions. With those discussions, we can learn the pros and cons of both sides and come to a mutual agreement. I worry that with the ever-increasing presence of activists, again, like the Vegan Teacher or Just Stop Oil, for example, that nobody will get along, and the world will once again just keep getting darker and darker, and it just won't improve. To people like the Vegan Teacher, I ask this question: why do you feel so threatened when somebody questions your argument? Why do you feel the need to call people names and go after them or their families? What is stopping you from sitting down with somebody and having a discussion and answering questions about each other's point? When people act this extreme, no matter what their belief is, it completely turns people away and nobody wants to listen to them. Thank you for listening to my rant on extremist activism and why it is not exactly the best course of action for a topic, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it, and if you didn't, that is fine as well. Now, I am either going to go watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I've been enjoying that recently, or go watch Winx Club. I haven't quite decided yet. I am a small content creator, and I would greatly appreciate if you subscribed to Sweet Histortea, a channel full of random facts and lots of sparkles. If you would like, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter or joining my channel membership program. Or if you would like to leave a one-time donation, please consider leaving me a super thanks. It is not expected, but it is always appreciated. If you would like to see more of, say, my doodles or my dolls, please consider following me on Instagram. Thank you again so much for watching. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll see you again soon. Until next time.
There's a part of myself I'm missing.